So I want to start off by talking about a few key takeaways that I got from being in this course this semester, which are innovation, leadership, and compassion. Now, before being in this course, I thought that the idea of innovation was this large-scale idea, reinventing the wheel, so to speak, and being revolutionary. And what I learned is that being innovative isn't necessarily about reinventing the wheel. Sometimes it's more so about realigning the wheel. So it's not always about introducing something new, but it could be just taking something that we already have and just improving upon it. Or, better yet, it could be taking something that we have and using it in a way that it hasn't been used before. And that's what innovation is really about. It's about identifying the problem and then looking outside of the box for different solutions, really identifying the solutions from a different perspective. And now, taking this unpopular approach to using tools may require risk-taking, but as educators, as instructors, we really must be risk-takers. And we must not only embody the spirit of taking risks, but we must encourage and inspire our students to be risk-takers as well. And we must really encourage them to step outside their comfort zone, to really push against the boundaries of what they know or what they think they know. And then as educators, we must push up against those boundaries as well and really challenge our current way of thinking and how things have always been done. And as learners, the way that we do that is through continued learning, continued education. As teachers, we must embody a growth mindset and also encourage our students to embody this growth mindset as well. But now the question comes, well, how do we foster this culture of taking risks and growing and keeping this growth mindset? The answer is that we have to really foster this safe environment, and we must encourage our students to take risks instead of punishing them for doing things in different ways, trying to find different solutions that might not be the norm. And this is where the innovation project comes in. It really gave us an opportunity to kind of practice everything that we've talked about up until now, which is taking something and simply improving upon it, or taking a tool and using it in a different way that it may not have been used before. And so what I did for my innovation project is that I took a tool that I use every single day, which is Microsoft Word, and I did something that I don't usually do, which is I created a strength conditioning newsletter. And what I decided to do with this newsletter is that I decided to put together different videos and short stories and graphics and things of that nature to really get down to the students' level. And the purpose was to really empower them and educate them to take action. Now the question becomes, well, how do I know whether or not this tool was effective? How do I know whether it worked? Well, just like anything else, it comes down to the assessment. Or in this case, in this course, it was all about evaluation. And in the evaluation phase, this is when we really get down to why something works or whether or not something worked at all, and how can we get it to work better. Right? So we answer a few questions in the evaluation phase, which are the who, the what, the why, and the how. So who is the tool for, or who is the product for? What exactly is the tool? What is the purpose for implementing the tool? And then how do we decide to implement that tool? But it always starts with the who. Now, when we look at who the tool is for, we must really exercise the skill of empathy. So the goal is to really learn as much about the learner as we can. We have to understand how the student learns and what's the best modes for really accomplishing that goal of allowing that student to learn. And this is what's known as a learner-centered approach. And the idea here is that we put the learner's experience at the center or the forefront of our curriculum, and we allocate all of our resources around it to really funnel into that one goal, which is helping the student. And then once we get the who the product is or the tool is for, then we get down to the purpose. Why are we implementing the tool? How are we implementing the tool? And then what is the tool? But it always starts with that purpose, which more often than not is to encourage and empower and inspire. Now, once you do that, then you collect all the data, you get all the information from what you collect from the students or who used the tool or what your findings were, and then you get to decide whether or not the tool worked or whether it didn't work, and whether or not you will continue to use the tool or discontinue use. And then the last thing I want to talk about are PLNs, which are personal learning networks or professional learning networks. And what that means, a PLN, is basically how are you continuing to foster that growth mindset? How do you continue to develop as an instructor or as an educator? And really what the personal learning networks allow you to do is really connect with other like-minded individuals, and you get to share different projects, see what people did, see what worked, see what didn't work, and see how you can really personalize that and use that for your own students. And what I really want you to get away from this is that People are probably your most important resources. Relationships are your most important resources. And if you didn't take away anything from this, what I want you to take away is that it's all about people. Right? So how can you serve your students, or how can you serve other people? And I just wanted to end it with a thank you, because this is the best online course that I've taken, and I really found a lot of value from being in this course this semester. So I just want to express gratitude for that.